Why do we need a masculine and feminine revival? See, the women's movement put men and women at odds with one another. The fight for women's equality has been reduced to proving to men that women are better, and we're not. We're equal, but different. Women started blaming men for their misery and somehow justified toxic masculinity. It promoted a narrative that labeled all men as misogynist, therefore women have no need for men. It promoted sort of this false stereotype for a small population of men, and now all men were villainized as sort of this patriarchy and really kind of robbed them with this title of truly the builders of civilization. Men have built civilization. Good men felt abandoned, disillusioned, and villainized for wanting to be masculine. A man's desire to provide and protect was no longer validated by women. Good women believed the lie and became skeptical of masculinity. Women who publicly emasculated men were celebrated as superheroes who rescued us from male captivity. It was all false facade. And all this, men then started to feel as though they were no longer needed. We weren't needed for doors, we weren't needed for civilization, we weren't needed for care, for protection, for provision. Men felt really unwanted by women. But it created this sort of confusion between both men and women, but more importantly, created isolation. It divorced us from the need for each other. And really, it led to deep unfulfillment for both men and women. This facade marked by women's empowerment movement that in reality disempowered men. But amidst all the screaming and shouting about the future is female and that women no longer need men because we can do it all by ourselves, right? I am woman, hear me roar. Women were becoming bitter and lonely because I think deep inside, women wish they were loved, that they were lovable and worthy of a man's genuine tender care and protection. Women feel safe when they're provided for and protected, whether we want to admit it or not. Just because we can do it, that doesn't mean we don't want somebody to actually care for us. Women desperately ached for a man's approval. It became sort of this crazy confusion. Men wanted and ached for a man's heart and safety, but didn't know how to ask for it because of this false narrative. But to be honest, I think women are tired of trying to defend herself. I think women want a home where she feels as safe, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Because the women's movement will always crumble into disillusion when it is divorced of a man's movement. Because men and women are objectively different, but we need each other. For women to rise, men don't need to fall. It's not a zero-sum game. The truth is that men and women are made for each other. It is God's original design, etched in our very biology. We're just promoting a lot of confusion. For a sustainable, healthy women's movement, it has to be in tandem with the masculine. It cannot be apart from it. It's my biggest aha in working in the women's school is that in order for the women's school to flourish, we need men's tandem movement of formation of masculinity. It has to work together to achieve a common good in order to flourish. It can never be apart from each other because we are independent in our sexuality. We need each other. What our culture needs is a counter movement that integrates and redeems the gift of both masculinity and femininity together.